Attention passionate Cleveland Browns fans. Latest news. Something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run. A power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Cleveland Browns fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, let's talk about a story that's been flying under the radar but is starting to make some serious waves across the NFL landscape, especially among Browns fans. It's been a whirlwind few years for Cleveland, and the story of Baker Mayfield, a guy who once seemed destined to lead the Browns back to glory, has taken some unexpected turns. It's almost like Mayfield was with Cleveland ages ago, but in reality, it's only been 3 seasons. 3 seasons that have seen more ups and downs than some fans could have imagined. And it's all tied to how Cleveland has been navigating the quarterback position. A saga that continues to shape the franchise's future. So, let's rewind a bit. Baker Mayfield, drafted first overall in 2018, was supposed to be the franchise savior. And honestly, in his rookie year, he showed flashes of brilliance, leading Cleveland to a 6-10 record, but with moments that hinted at what could be a bright future. Over the next few seasons, Mayfield's trajectory was a roller coaster. His fiery leadership, arm talent, and resilience made him a fan favorite, but inconsistency and injury issues haunted him, and Cleveland's quest for stability at quarterback remained elusive. The Browns, after years of wandering in quarterback limbo, finally thought they had found their guy with Mayfield. But as we all know, NFL teams are often judged by their decisions and results. And Cleveland's management made a bold move that would change everything. In July 2022, just a few months after acquiring Deshaun Watson from Houston, a blockbuster trade that sent shockwaves through the league, the Browns made a surprising decision. They traded Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers for a 5th-round pick. That move, coming almost 4 months after they had brought in Watson, was seen by many as Cleveland's way of finally turning the page. Mayfield's time in Cleveland was seemingly over, and Watson's arrival was supposed to be the start of a new era. But here's where it gets interesting. Since then, the Browns haven't been the same team. Not even close. Deshaun Watson's story in Cleveland has been riddled with complications. He's played only 19 games since arriving. And that's a crucial point because it highlights just how fragile his tenure has been. Injuries, particularly those 2 Achilles tears he suffered in October and January, have thrown a huge wrench into Cleveland's plans. The team invested a staggering $230 million in Watson, all guaranteed, which was a bold statement of their commitment to him. But now, with those injuries, questions are swirling about whether this era might be coming to an abrupt end sooner than expected. Some fans and analysts wonder if the Watson experiment, after all that money and high hopes, might be over before it truly got started. Meanwhile, Baker Mayfield, who was cast aside in Cleveland, has quietly become a top-tier quarterback elsewhere. He signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ahead of the 2023 season. And folks, what he achieved in his time there has been nothing short of remarkable. In 2023, Mayfield posted a career season, throwing for over 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, and maintaining a 64.3% completion rate. That alone would be impressive. But he didn't stop there. In 2024, he took things even further, throwing for 4,500 yards and 41 touchdowns, with an incredible 71.4% 84% completion percentage. Think about that for a second. This is a guy who has quietly put together back-to-back career seasons, proving that his talent and resilience are still very much alive, and that he's capable of leading an offense at a high level. What's even more telling is that Mayfield has started all 34 games for Tampa Bay over the past 2 seasons. He's shown durability, consistency, and the ability to adapt to different systems and coaching styles. And let's not forget, he's been doing all of this in a division that's fiercely competitive, with teams like the Falcons, Saints, and, of course, the young and talented Carolina Panthers, who traded for him. Mayfield's resurgence has sparked a lot of debate about Cleveland's decision to move on so quickly, and whether the Browns might have missed out on a quarterback who could have been their future. But here's the kicker that's really shifting the narrative. A recent conversation with an unnamed NFC personnel evaluator, who spoke with Matt Verderame of Sports Illustrated, threw a subtle shot at Cleveland's handling of Mayfield. The evaluator hinted that Cleveland's management might have overlooked Mayfield's true potential, and perhaps underestimated his resilience and growth. It's a reminder that sometimes teams that move on too quickly from talented players might come to regret it, especially when those players go on to excel elsewhere. Now, let's zoom out a bit and look at what this all means for Cleveland. The Browns, after making significant investments in Watson, are now facing questions about whether their gamble will pay off. It's a high-stakes game, and injuries have already cast a long shadow over their plans. If Watson's injuries continue to hamper him, or if his performance dips, Cleveland's window for contention could close sooner than expected. The division is only getting tougher, with teams like Baltimore and Cincinnati continuing to improve, and even Pittsburgh showing signs of a resurgence under their new quarterback. The AFC North is becoming one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL, and Cleveland needs its quarterback to be reliable, consistent, and healthy if they want to contend. But let's also acknowledge that Cleveland has been building something special. The team's roster, especially on defense, has been among the best in the league. The Browns' defense, coordinated by Jim Schwartz, has been a nightmare for opposing offenses, ranking high in sacks, turnovers, and points allowed. They've got a solid running game led by Nick Chubb, who is arguably one of the best pure runners in football. Although his recent injury setbacks have been tough, the offensive line has shown resilience, but consistency remains an ongoing challenge. Cleveland's front office has done well drafting young talent, and the coaching staff is working tirelessly to maximize their potential. Looking ahead, the Browns face an intense offseason. They'll need to evaluate Watson's health and performance, decide whether to stick with him long-term, and possibly explore other options if injuries continue. The NFL is a league where patience is often scarce, and the pressure to deliver results is immense. Fans are hungry for a return to the playoffs, for a team that can challenge the AFC's best and finally bring that elusive Super Bowl ring to Cleveland. The city's passionate fanbase has been waiting decades for this moment, and every move made in the coming months will be scrutinized heavily. At the same time, Baker Mayfield's story isn't just about a quarterback who left Cleveland and succeeded elsewhere. It's about resilience, growth, and the unpredictable nature of football careers. Mayfield's journey is a testament to the fact that sometimes a change of scenery can do wonders for a player's confidence and performance. It's also a reminder that teams need to be patient and realize that talent doesn't disappear overnight. Mayfield's success with Tampa Bay shows that he still has plenty of football left in him, and it raises questions for Cleveland about whether their decision to move on was the right one in the long run. As we look to the future, the AFC North remains a battleground of power shifts, injuries, and emerging talents. Cleveland's path to a Super Bowl is still very much alive, but it's more uncertain than ever. The Browns management will have to make critical decisions about their quarterback situation, their roster, and their coaching staff. Fans will be watching every move, every game, and every offseason development with bated breath. The stakes have never been higher, and the story of this division is far from over. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this whole saga? Do you think Cleveland made the right call by moving on from Mayfield? Or do you believe that the Browns might have missed out on a potential franchise quarterback? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Remember, this is a fan community, and your voice is what makes it special. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more news, and deep dives into everything Browns. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep the Browns spirit alive.